So today we're going to do our last section for the class, 11.2 for MAT1033 about quadratic formula. The biggest thing you need to make sure you know is you need to memorize the quadratic formula. Test 5 is going to specifically ask you to do a problem using the square root property from 11.1. Specifically use the completing the square technique from 11.1 and specifically use the quadratic formula from 11.2. So please look back at your questions, but you will have at least 2 questions from quadratic formula, 2 questions from the completing the square method. And if you do not use that technique on your test paper, you will lose credit. You can check yourself with a different technique, but you must show your work, all of the steps, using the method that is asked for. Please double check your directions. Also on the final exam, if it doesn't specify with a quadratic, it's your choice. But if it specifies, you must use the correct format. So please make sure you have that memorized. So I would suggest writing it down several times on your paper, every single test question. So first things first, you do have to have it in our standard form, which would be what we would have had for our factoring format, which is different from completing the square. Notice you have to have it equal to 0. So I suggest first step, make sure it's equal to 0. Second step, write down what A, B, and C are. So on number 1, A is 1, which is the coefficient of x squared. B, which is the coefficient of x, is a -8. Be careful with your signs. And C is a +15. The signs are super important. So again, I suggest on every single problem, you writing down the formula as your first step, because the more y'all write it down, -b, or opposite sign of b, plus or minus the square root of all b squared minus 4ac. That piece is actually called the discriminant, all divided by 2a. So when I plug in my first step, I plug in and do not simplify anything but the b squared, because that's easy to mess up if you're typing in your calculator without parentheses. So opposite of b would be a +8, plus or minus b squared, 8 squared or -8 squared would be 64, minus 4 times a times c. Double check your signs. The most common mistake here is sign mistakes. 2 times a, which is 1. So the only thing I did simplifying on that step was when I plugged it in, I went ahead and did the b squared. Okay, so you've got to be careful of your signs. Super easy to make mistakes. We need to at least see this step on your paper. If you plug everything into your calculator, it's really easy to make a mistake. So I still suggest simplifying in steps. So this is 64 minus 60 over 2. That simplifies down to square root of 4. Now, common mistake a lot of people tend to make here is they think, all right, right here I can cancel this 8 and 2, but remember when we're dividing by a monomial, this is a good review for the final, it divides into every term in the numerator. So it's better to simplify the numerator completely first if you can. So now I'm going to get 8 plus or minus 2, because this is a perfect square. I recommend if the radicals disappear, meaning the plus and the minus, so that you don't get confused. If you try to do that step in your head, super easy to make a mistake. So this gives me 10 over 2, which is 5. This one gives me 6 over 2, which is 3. So my answer here is 3 and 5. What this means if the radical disappears is that the original problem was factorable. So easy way to check it, you can factor it, or you can just plug it in and see that it works. But if the radical disappears, please split them up. And you remember, with a quadratic, how many answers do we expect? We expect 2 answers. That's where the plus or minus comes from. So going to number 2, I'm going to start off again by writing out my formula. X equals opposite b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac, all with a square root over it, divided by 2a. My a is 1. B is 3, C is a -29. Double check my signs, make sure I pulled everything off of that correctly before I plug in. So now, opposite of B, -3 plus or minus, square root, 3 squared would be 9. Again, that's the only thing I simplify at this step. minus 4 times 1, be careful, negative 29, 2 times 1. Again, I would suggest simplifying these in steps, even if you're using your calculator. This is really important. A negative times a negative cancels out and makes it a positive. So when you multiply in your calculator 4 times 29, you should get 116. 9 plus 116 gives me a 125. Remember, we do need to split this up and simplify. You're expected to simplify any square roots that have perfect squares underneath it. And this problem right here has 25 times 5. So remember, we can take that square root of 25 out because we're taking it using the product rule. So here my answer is negative 3 plus or minus 5 radical 5 all over 2. If you had done this problem using the completing the square technique, which is 11.1, you would have had a negative 3 over 2 plus or minus 5 radical 5 over 2. You would have ended up with the same answer. They just would have been 2 terms. Going to number 3. Problem with number 3 right now is that it is in the wrong order, meaning that it should be equal to 0 before we start. So I'm going to rewrite that as 2x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 0. This is what I'm using, and it has to be equal to 0 first. So a is equal to 2, b is equal to a negative 2, c is equal to 1. Write your formula down first, which I just brought down here just for ease, for time. And again, you can pause it at any time you need to. So we're going to plug in x equals the opposite of b, which notice what I do on each one of these. I still put a plus, so it's reminding me that I've taken the opposite sign. Plus or minus b squared, which is 4, minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. Now I see a lot of people mess up here because they're used to the 1 being in the front as the coefficient. In this case, 1 is not in the front, so please be careful on that. So I'm going to simplify underneath my discriminant. So this is going to be 4 minus 8, and it's going to all be divided by 4. Don't fall into the trap of canceling this 2 and 4 right now. I can't do it. That 4 is dividing into 2 terms. So please wait until the last step. So I get a negative 4 as my discriminant. And this is where we got to be careful, and we've got to remember our rules. This is an imaginary number, so the I has to come out first. And then the square root of 4 is 2. So I do simplify this down to 2 plus or minus 2i over 4. But remember, the negative has to truly come out first. I did that in one step showing, but the negative has to be pulled out before you can take the square root of a number. So the negative came out, gave me the I, and then the square root of 4 gave me the 2. And so I recommend, if you see something that can simplify here, there's 2 reasons to do this. Number 1, you need to write your answer in standard form, which is a plus bi, which means you need to split them up. But anytime you see something that can be simplified, please break it up first and then reduce. So this becomes 1/2 plus or minus 1/2 I. That is my answer. That is in standard form, a plus bi form, so I'm not breaking the rule from 10.7, which is going to ask on the test, and you will get it wrong if you're not into the habit of breaking it up. This section is not going to mark it wrong if you don't, but it's a good habit to do it everywhere so you don't forget it on the problems that are going to mark you off. So I recommend anytime you can see you can simplify something, even if it was just these first 2 terms, split it up first before you simplify. So going to our last problem, we have x squared minus 5x plus 20. So again here, it's in the correct form. A is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 5, c is equal to 20. And there's some really cool sayings to memorize this in songs. So if you're one that has a hard time memorizing, go onto YouTube, just type in quadratic formula, and you'll find some very funny ones. So opposite of b gives me a positive 5 plus or minus the square root of b squared, remember, is 25, minus 4 times a times c all divided by 2a. So now I'm going to simplify this piece. Simplify my discriminant. So 4 times 20 is a negative 80. And the negative, sorry, is from that minus. There was nothing to cancel that piece out. Be careful of your signs. Notice the signs are huge here. So we get 25 minus 80 should give me 55, a negative 55. So there is no perfect squares in 55, but that negative has to come out. So I get 5 plus or minus I squared of 55 over 2, which is what she's going to have. And that's acceptable in the section because it doesn't ask. But I think y'all are best to always rewrite the problem if you have an imaginary answer in A plus BI form. If you do it on every problem, you're not going to forget that problem on the test that says it must be in the form. And it's going to mark it completely wrong. So, things to remember from this section. Please, please, please make sure you have this down pat. Okay. So once you're released to take the test, write down your quadratic formula. Remember, you can check any completing the square problem using the quadratic formula. You can check any quadratic formula problem with the completing the square. But on this test, when it specifically asks for a format, you must use that on your paper and it must show all of your steps. Some of y'all are skipping steps and we can't give credit for that. So please do that. On the final exam, if it has a quadratic and says the word solve, and it doesn't tell you which technique, you have options. You can factor it. You can use the square root property if it's a perfect square on one side, or if the middle term is missing. Okay. You can use completing the square and quadratic formula. The two that will work on every quadratic problem is completing the square and quadratic formula because they actually are the same technique. Okay. Completing the square, you're going through all the steps of quadratic formula with the actual problem. Quadratic formula has already done it. It's not a magical formula. It's taken that ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 and actually gone through all of the steps of completing the square. Good luck. Make sure you take your time on your homework. Make sure you do a good job on your last quiz and take the practice test.